So there is a bit of an uproar over the reported, in fact, we were all texting about this over the weekend.
Yes.
Over the reported new host of Jeopardy. The show's executive producer, Mike Richards, is said to be in talks to become the permanent host. But a couple of old allegations against him have come to light. He was sued by two models for harassment about a decade ago when he was producing The Price is Right. One model was awarded more than $8 million in damages, and the other case was settled out of court. Now, some viewers aren't happy with this choice. One tweeted, quote, Jeopardy fans finding out Mike Richards is the new host. What is pain? And others were upset that fan favorite LeVar Burton was passed over. One wrote, quote, what is a very terrible decision. Earlier today, Mike Richards did address the allegations in a memo to Jeopardy staff. He said the comments and actions in the lawsuits do not reflect the reality of who he is. He also said that he has absolutely no decision on who they pick as the host. He says that is a Sony decision, that is not his decision, and that apparently the network really likes him to be the host. Do you buy that? I know you know him. You've worked with him.
Yeah, just full disclosure, I co-hosted with him for several years at Reel's channel, and I just, from my point of view, never had an issue with him. He was pleasant and good to work with. Do I think this is the wrong decision? 1,000%. I think this is a lose, lose, lose. They had an opportunity. They picked the white, straight guy who could have picked himself, or at least it looks like he could have picked himself, in a way that has sexual assault allegations and being sued in the
harassment allegations.
Harassment, excuse me. He already lost damages. $8 million ain't little. You're picking all of these for your person in 2021 to be on Jeopardy? You couldn't have picked a worse person, in fact. Now, I love Mike Richards. I really do. I just think this was a ego, narcissistic, or at least it looks like that to everybody sitting at home, right?
Erica, you're the Jeopardy.
Yeah, you're the queen.
You're who I think about when I think about Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. What is flattered? When it comes down to it, I'm trying to play both sides here, because on one hand, I'm thinking, okay, he's only been there since 2020, but he was there during what is going to now be known as the bridge season, the bridge year, coming from Alex Trebek. So is it an idea of who knows this game most intimately, was actually working with Alex up until the end, and also won't overshadow the actual show? Because some star power might actually overshadow the actual show. So I can see that being one school of thought, but the other school of thought is it is very important to get someone who is also kind of ingrained in our pop culture. LeVar Burton is absolutely ingrained in the pop culture as the man who had a part in teaching us how to read, okay?
Thank you.
So it seems like a very full circle moment to really give some credibility to LeVar taking this over. Also, there's so much fan support behind it, and things have been very inconsistent since Alex left, or passed away, excuse me. So I think that looking at the field of talent might be a good idea before they just plop him in there. And just really quick, I wonder, guys, if they tweeted this out as a temperature check, because they wanted to see what people.
There have been petitions signed for LeVar Burton. They know the temperature.
I know, you're right.
I think it's what Erica said.
Possibly could have been that?
I think if we look at Jeopardy, not as something that we love, but as a company, a lot of companies hire from within. A lot of things before they go out to the general public, they'll hire from within, whether it's a hospital or whatever. And I think that's what they're doing. They want to go with somebody who, like you said, is not going to overshadow the show, but knows the ins and outs of the show. Now, the fans, like myself, like Eric, I'm assuming everybody on this panel, wants to see our friend, this guy that was in our living rooms when we were in development. But I think that we're at a point where do you go with the possible home run or the solid guy?
Dude, it seems like
it seems like he's a solid. No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about as a host. I don't think he's going to do anything crazy. I think he will not overshadow the show.
No, dude.
He'll run the show.
But we already got a little, whether it's a purposeful temperature check or not, we already got an idea. The general public does not like this idea.
Exactly.
So I think you have to, because people are so invested in Jeopardy and because they definitely were heartbroken when Alex Trebek lost his life, this is very delicate for the fans. So I think they need to honor what they're seeing out there, monitor it, and then make the decision that they think will behoove the fans.
I think it's already made.
Kimberly said behoove.
I did like behoove. I wonder if Alex, real quick, had anything to do with picking him at all.
Interesting.
In wanting that, but I just have to say it doesn't look good optically.
Right.